let's get more now on the appointment by President Cyril Ramaphosa, the decision by the President, rather, to appoint Robert McBride as the new head of the foreign arm of the State Security Agency. That announcement came through here on Newsfeed yesterday. The Minister of State Security is Ayanda Dlodlo. She joins us now. Minister, good afternoon to you. Thank you for your time today. Why is Robert McBride the right person to head this agency?
Well, thank you, Stephen, for inviting me. I think he is the best person for the job, given his track record in the security sector, but also in the international relations sector.
He's someone who's played a big role in international relations. He's someone who's played a big role in policing, in other words.
Also, remember that he also had a stint in Parliament, in Gauteng, in the legislature in Gauteng. So he's an all-rounded administrator, but also has had a stint in the political sense, but also which is obviously lawmaking.
So just so that I understand the structure of the agency, the State Security Agency, I mean, have I got this right? He's in charge of our spies outside the country. So if James Bond was South African, Robert McBride would be his boss.
That's a nice way of putting it. He is responsible for the foreign arm of intelligence, okay, which is the foreign branch.
Okay. Obviously, I mean, you will know the history of Robert McBride better than I do, and obviously there was the role he played in the 1980s and the 1990s, the fact he was on death row, and then the role he played at the Independent Police Investigative Directorate. Was that his role, particularly in IPID, was that part of the decision for him to be appointed?
Well, I think wherever Robert has gone, he has displayed very good skills in terms of dealing with issues in an administration. But I also invited him for about a year to work for me when I was Minister of Public Service and Administration. I asked him to come in and help me to set up the Ethics and Integrity unit of the DPSA. His record is amazing. He did, in a very short space of time, he did a lot of work that was very impressive. But also his stint at IPID really distinguished him above a lot of people who have held that position in the past.
There is obviously a lot going on in the State Security Agency, and I realize that you took over a very difficult situation. There was that commission that was set up, a group of people, very eminent people in that field, made certain recommendations. Have you been able to actually implement those recommendations?
Well, the recommendations are being implemented, but you must also remember, those are not the only recommendations. We've looked at past recommendations that were made by other individuals that had been requested by the state to do some inquiry or look into issues that relate to some inadequacies in systems and stuff like that. So we're taking everything together and we implementing based on what the organization can implement as of now. Obviously, some of the things are immediate to short term. Others are medium to long term. So we're taking it in our stride.
You're taking it in the stride. I mean, can we have confidence then that the State Security Agency isn't being used, as unfortunately it appears it has been used in the past, for internal political issues? It is actually being used to keep South Africans safe.
Well, it is being used to keep South Africa safe. Well, I mean, the recent appointment that I've just made with the President is the best testimony to that we're going to have an organization that is steeped in integrity. He comes with that experience. He developed the framework in the DPSA for ethics and integrity. So I think we have a good person on board.
It does seem that there's a bit of a difficult relationship between Robert McBride and the Police Minister, Becky Cele. I'm not really sure what the roots of that difficult relationship are, but they don't seem to get on very well. Have you had a conversation with the Police Minister about this?
No, I don't know whether there is a good or a bad relationship. I just look at the person that I feel would add value in my space, and I take it from there.
All right, and then I must ask you about your relationship with the domestic head of the State Security Agency. You knew I was going there, Minister, Advocate Mafori Moefe.
Have you not asked me this question before? I've answered it in so many ways. My relationship with Advocate Moefe is very good. We work together well. We steer the organization in the right direction.
So what you're saying is that the State Security Agency is in good hands, it's able to do the job that it needs to do, and that you're building capacity with the addition of Robert McBride to make sure that the agency is doing what the Constitution says it must do, subject to the proper safeguards.
You couldn't have said it better.
I did put it there for a specific reason, Minister. Minister Ayanda Dlodlo, I do appreciate the time. Thank you very much indeed, and to you and the rest of Cabinet, stay safe as well through these difficult times, please.